guys? It's Kaotic One about Connell here with a video upon how to become an artist, musician, rapper. This applies to other genres, but mostly my expertise, my knowledge is about, is going to be the rap field, hip hop. Now, you've decided to become a rapper, an artist. What do? Well, I've written down some steps, and throughout this video, we're going to get into some key things that I've learned over the 15 years of being in the music industry, doing this, that I've learned. Now, I didn't start till 5 years ago officially writing music, actually putting out content material. Didn't start publishing, distributing my music till 3 years ago. Why did it take me so long? I didn't have the confidence. I didn't have anybody around me to guide me, show me what it is that I needed to do. A lot of people in my family, my father, sister, just other people never really saw me as an artist, as a rapper. Never really liked the music that I was putting out, that I was writing. So I never really had some positive, constructive criticism. It was all negative. So I always thought in my head, why should I do this? Until one day one of my boys that was a rapper and decided to do it came along and was like, bro, stop messing around, you should do it. Didn't tell me how, was just like, yo, you should do it. And then so I started putting my head to the grindstone, started learning what it is. Now, there's lots of trials and errors in what works for you and what kind of artist you want to be and what subgenre in rap it is that you are trying to apply to, appease to, what you think that you could be good at. There's horrorcore, there's hip hop, there's rap, there's freestyle rap, there's emo rap, there's indie rap, there's conscious rap, there's so many, underground rap. So you've decided you want to do that. What do? So do you have material written? It's probably the first step. You want to write down stuff, your thoughts, your lyrics, your hooks, whatever it is that you do if you're a singer. A lot of rappers are singers because they just learn it as they go, how to do it, how to match tones, etc., etc. So this can apply to that. So you have lyrics, what do? Well, BMI is a really, really good site. I'm gonna pull this up. Let me switch to camera, or a scene, I should say. We got BMI right here. This is a good site that you want to, is a must to register your lyrics, your songs. Start an account, it's free. It'll give you a ISRC code for your song once it is reviewed and allowed, accepted. I mean, there's Ascap, and then there's song trusts that go along with that. And you can use both, I believe, but preferred is Ascap. But Ascap's gonna run you $100 a year, and then Song Trust is also $100 a year. But this covers your publishing and your rights to your material if it is used anywhere digitally, and it will pull all your royalties in for you. And you gain royalties with BMI and ASCAP for your songwriting. No, this isn't for your streams. This isn't for your well, I mean, it is your performances, but that's a different part of BMI, and that's BMI Live, and you get paid for the songs that you perform and your sets. And what you want to do is always practice, always have patience before you put out a song. You want to make sure it's the best possible material content that you have. Now, this doesn't say that it's always the case, but in my learning, my sense, everything that's gone on with me in my music career, I'm not the best with patience. I work on something, I'm usually pretty quick with making a song, writing it, laying it down, recording it. And yeah, I'm not the best with that. But that is one thing I would say over time that I have learned and I've gotten better with is patience and practice. You can never practice a song, lyrics, performing enough. You want to look the best every time you do it, because at one time you don't look good, people are going to remember that and they're going to apply it to future thoughts in their head of should they ask you to do a show or not. Now, once you got this BMI Ascap Song Trust and you've decided that you want to record your music, how are you going to do that? You're going to go to a studio, usually about $100, can be $50 an hour if you can find a engineer or a producer that does it, but it generally runs about $150 an hour if you get to an established studio that has producers, engineers on hand, and this is what they do, and they've opened up the studio to be able to do this, to survive off of, to make their income, to be able to live. Either one is fine, but then there's always the option of getting your own studio. And it can run you, depending on the type of laptop that you get. The initial investment for myself was $1,300. You can probably get a buy with like a $400, $300 used laptop at a pawn store, go online, Facebook Marketplace. And then you want to get a presonus interface kit. Comes with headphones, comes with a mic, comes with an interface. This will allow you to be able to record in your own comfort of your home. You get a mic stand, you get a shroud for that, or you can do the old school way and get milk crates or sound deadening material for your walls. Because what the problem is when you're recording inside an environment is the echo off the walls. And what that sound deadening material does is you don't hear an echo in the mic. So then it sounds a lot better and it sounds a lot cleaner. And then that's where the bass tones come in and the reverb. So you get yourself that kit. This will also allow you to stream or whatever you want to do, kind of like what I'm doing right now, make videos, different type of things. And that's what you always want to think when you're doing any type of business, any type of something that might bring in income, is different type of avenues you can do with it. And so once you got that, and you got songs laid down, whether you went to a studio or you recorded it yourself, better record yourself than you got the masters too. You need to find beats, right? Where do you find beats? This was one of my issues when I started, was I didn't know really any producers, beat makers, or at least I didn't think I knew any, because a lot of the beat producers, beat makers that I knew from high school, I lost tap with until I got on Facebook back in 2009, 2010. And so you can go on beatstars.com. You can download, or not download, but buy beats off there. They range from $1 all the way up to 50, 100, 150. But all the time, if I can say anything, is you want to buy exclusive beats. You want to own the rights to your beats. You never really want to do leases, because that limits how much you can put that track, that song out. But it also, you got to give a percentage to the producer. You don't have to, but it's always good to if you lease a beat. If you got exclusive rights, if you decide to give them credit, that's on you. I usually do. But if you don't, it's nothing against them because you own the exclusive rights. So B-Stars is good. Getting in tap with a producer, not just a beat maker, is more preferred. You ask why. A producer is gonna track out the beats for you if it is exclusive more often than not. So then you can switch around to the beat. You can add to the beat once you got it, once you got those track outs. But they will also, once you get the track laid down to their beat, generally be able to mix it down and master. Not all the time, not all producers do, but 90% of the time, if they're a producer and not just a beat maker, this is what they also do. And it's really good to have, because when you got a beat maker that not only started the beat, but now you've laid your vocals to it, now he's going back, he can tweak that beat to your vocals, he can add stuff, he can take stuff out. When he's leveling it, equalizing it, mastering it, he can make it exactly how you sound. You go to the studio where he's at. Like I was saying, with the studio aspect, generally they're producers. And you just take your time on the track till it sounds 1000%. It's not guaranteed. Every situation, you know, you got your different type of people. But as long as you talk it out, you get good advice from the producer, and you can get a past history with them, see their work, get a good feel of them, then generally it's going to be good. And you're going to produce a really good track. So, yeah, after that, you got your track laid down. What are you going to distribute it with? Are you going to try to do the independent way and distribute it through yourself, so become your own publisher? And that's a different avenue that I don't really know much about. I've tried to become it. I think I'm a publisher. I'm not absolutely sure. I've tried to ask people information on that side. That is what it is. I'm still trying to figure it out. But that is the best thing to do. You become a publisher. You own all the masters. You own everything to your music. Put it out. That's what you do. Then, business name, LLC, DBA. Want to cover yourself as far as liability goes, as far as anything happens under your brand, under your name. You never know. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best is what I've learned. I was in the military, I'm a veteran. It's what you do. So you go get a DBA, which covers you in your state, get an LLC, which covers you United States. Then you can use that business name if you've got good credit, you've got a little money set to the side to establish all this. You can start doing stuff, marketing, getting loans, business cards, writing stuff off, getting investments, making investments under that business name. So then it doesn't impact your own name, it's your business. It's not quote unquote attached to you. Is what I've learned, from what I've gathered. If I'm wrong with that, please correct me in the comments. You can write what's right. But that's what I've learned. Establish the business name. So you've got that. You got your song distributed, whether it's on your own, through your own publishing, or you can go through Distrokid. They charge, I want to say it's $19.99 for a starter account, $34.99 for I forget what it's called, but it's the next level up, and it allows you 2 artist profiles. And I'm not, no, you don't start your own label on this. You can use Symphonic, and this will allow you to start your own quote label. And then I believe that's how you become a publisher, is you have a label. That label is what publishes, distributes the music. Correct me if I'm wrong, like I said. Symphonic, I feel like, is a lot more better than Distrokid, CD Baby, the other distributors out there that take a percentage from what you make of your music. I believe it's 35%, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Symphonic distributes your music, but they make sure that it goes to every platform, where Distrokid will attempt to, but if it doesn't hit it right, if it doesn't sync right, if there's something wrong with the server, is what I'm thinking, it just doesn't. And it takes forever. And eventually it will, but it's not guaranteed. I've got songs on there from 3 years ago that I put up that still aren't distributed to every platform. TikTok. That's a whole nother aspect that I'm not going to get into, because make sure you do this all correctly too. When you establish your artist name, your songwriting name can be different. You don't have to have the same writing name as your artist name, same songwriting name. But if you do that, you need to keep track of what you give credit to in each track to the songwriter name and the artist name. That way the funds are distributed correctly, and there's not, royalties going out to somebody else out there because you forgot to input the data correctly on your track. Now, a little tip that I've learned over the time of this is, when you name that track, when you're getting ready to export it out of whatever system that you're using, Fruity Loops, Pro Tools, whatever, put your artist name, the track name, the BPM, your BMI number or Ascap number, whatever it is that links it to you at the songwriter, your IRSC number, and then the date it was created, I believe, and then your phone number and info. And if you put all that info in there, it's in the metadata. And if it's in the metadata, I forget what it is, that producers, but A&Rs and people out there that are looking for your music to be able to use for, whatever it is, commercials, ads, movies, whatever it is, they have your information already and don't gotta go and look it up, so it's that much easier for them to find you. It's a little tip that I'm gonna start doing on my tracks that I learned a couple months ago that I keep forgetting, but now that I put it in this video, I should remember it. Okay, now you got all that. Graphics. How you gonna do graphics? I've, over the time, gotten pretty good at it. It is a tedious, grueling task to have to learn. There's a good website / app you can get on your phone that is free. It's called Canva, and it has like a little free to use version. That's not it. That's Canvas. Why did it come up? Canvas. I apologize, guys. Canva, right? And if you get this, it's pretty easy to use. It's simple, and everything stays on here, and you can make an account, and everything saves to it. Or you can pay for the pro version, and it allows you to use a lot more, and there's a lot of stock images, graphics, different things in here that you can modify to make it look like your own. And it's a really useful tool. Here, let me change the camera view so you guys can see this better. Stupidly, it's gonna leave it like that. There you go, camera. And of course, everything that I mentioned is gonna be in the description, links to it. So if you need a referral link, whatever, they'll be there. Now you got that. You want to distribute. Now you can always use SoundCloud, of course. You know, every artist, every rapper out there generally will use SoundCloud because it's so easy and everybody knows about it. But then there's Repost for SoundCloud where you can get paid for your tracks being streamed off SoundCloud. And then it will also distribute it through other platforms. But that's paying for a pro version for Repost. Now you can pay for SoundCloud Pro and it gives you Repost. And that's a monthly thing, or you can do a yearly subscription. And I think I'll have a referral of that. I'm not sure for that. If I don't, I apologize, but if I do, I'll put it in the description. But then there's Repost. And Repost is a good website to get views, reposts, and likes, comments on your tracks on SoundCloud. And what it is it's like promote, comment, like other people's songs. You get credits for doing that. Then you can put those credits towards promoting your song for them to do the same thing. And it's just a cycle, you know, and it takes a little to be able to get enough credits to get to the point to where you can promote a song. But once you do, you're pretty much guaranteed for that song to get reposts, likes, and comments. Now, a lot of the time it may be generic because people don't really take the time to actually put a thoughtful comment because they're doing it to get the credits to repost. Take that as it may. It's a good way. Now, once you got your songs up there, you don't want to rely on your friends and family to be the ones that are going to like, share, support you as an artist. If it happens, usually when you start young and your family is supportive, that will happen and it's great. And having a team behind you is the most crucial positive thing that you can have. Throughout a lot of this, I haven't had a team. I've been doing a lot of this on my own, trying to reach out into the dark and find a light switch. And sometimes I hit the light switch. Most of the time I don't. And I hit the doorknob with my head, and that's another story. Have a team. You know, have a promotion foot squad. You know, every time you do a song, every time you do a track, you get a graphic made. You have a photographer. You have a logo made. You have PNGs. And that's a good thing to have too out of Canva. Or if you want to have somebody make that for you, you're going to be paying for each one. $30 a graphic, $20 a graphic. Same thing for cover art. Photography can depend on the photographer, what they're doing. But you want to have good pictures of you performing for an EPK. EPK is electronic press kit. And it's like a demonstration of everything that you have at that time. Music videos. It's not a crucial part, but if you're trying to establish yourself and get support and get known, music videos are a big thing too. And those can range from price. If you want a legitimate one, $1,000, $2,000. It just depends what you want to do. If you got a team, got a photographer, PNGs are really important. It's logos that you can overplace on pictures over everything that you do, so that those pictures are watermarked, so that nobody else can use your content, steal your material, and post it up as their own. If they do, it's watermarked, so they know where it came from. You later on can get copyright for that stuff. Marketing is a big crucial part whenever doing a track. And it's hugely why a lot of artists do not get anywhere except in their hometown and don't branch out. Like I was saying, you don't want to rely on your friends and family to be the ones that support you. So marketing, getting blogs out there to post about your music, paying for that, paying for Instagrams out there that have playlists on Spotify, Apple Music, to put your track on there to get it plays and streams. But you got to be careful with these guys because a lot of them are using bots to do this with their music. And if the numbers don't sync up with the likes, with the follows, with the album sales, downloads, it looks fishy, and it can cause people not to want to mess with you. Not saying that it will, but it can. So marketing, promoting, doing shows, pay to play seems to be a big thing where I'm from. But if you want to get out and you want to get your name and you want to practice and you want to establish with other artists and get them to see you as an artist, it's part of the game. You're probably saying, well, how do I get shows? The way that I found is Facebook groups, Twitter, Instagram. You'll find promoters, artists posting shows, and a lot of them need openers. They need people that are willing to either pay them for tickets that you can sell to make your money back, or pay them for a slot. It can work either way. Generally, they'll give you tickets to be able to earn your money back so that you can bring guests and sell tickets. But then you do get the promoters that want you to just pay, and they'll worry about selling the tickets and promoting and getting the stuff out there. You generally want to be able to bring 10 to 20 people to a show if you're doing these. Once you start establishing yourself and getting bigger from doing these, pulling 100, 500 people to events, you can start getting cafes, theaters, shows like that. Start branching out. You can get a manager. But when you're first starting out, to get practice, to get your foot in the door, to get on stage, to get those anxiety out, jitters out, that seems to be the way that I've found. So you want to talk to these artists, doing shows, promoting shows, and just hit them up and be like, yo, can I perform at your show? And they'll generally be like, you got any music? And then you can show them the music you're doing, you're working on, that you got demos of, and yeah, okay. Now, my own personal opinion is you want to practice, get these content down, these songs, to where you can perform without your lyrics on the track. Ad-libs are cool, having a hook, having the chorus is alright. But generally you want to have the beat playing and you be able to do everything, generally. I've had a lot of debate with this with artists that, I love and look up to. Some that do this, some that don't. My personal opinion is you should be able to do your songs without it. So in case the beat stops or you mess up, you can still do the song without the beat. Freestyling in between tracks, if you mess up, if you get off tempo, you forget your tracks. It happens. It's hot. Sun's right on you. You got anxiety. You've been drinking a little. You smoked a blunt. You just can't. You gotta freestyle the whole track now. There's so much to it, and a lot of it is having the confidence, the courage, the love to keep doing it when it's not going the way that you want. When it's not going the way that you believe that it should, because you've taken the time, you've done all this, But if you do it right, you take the time, you have the patience, you practice, and you get a producer, and you do all these steps, like I mentioned, it's not guaranteed that you have a good chance. You have a really good chance. Yeah, if you need help, if you need advice, if you need encouragement, if you need an ear for a track, hit me up. I'm always down to network, support other artists that have a dream and are thinking about doing it. Just do it. I thought for so long, and I wish I wouldn't have. And if I would have did this when I really was into it back in high school, out of high school and college, just making beats, messing around, freestyling with my homies that were doing music and have been doing music since then, I can only imagine where I'd be. You know, but it's not going to stop me. It's not going to deter me, because I do have love for this, and I do have passion, and I do have a message out there that I believe could benefit a lot of people out there in this world, this universe. So yeah, never give up on your dream. Never quit. You never change late enough in the game. It's never too late. You know, I might have said that wrong. Correct myself. It's never too late to change. Do something positive. Decide that everything that you've experienced in life could be an inspiration, motivation for somebody else to not have to deal with the same thing. You never know. Unless you do it, you'll always wonder. So yeah, much love. I hope this video helped you out. I hope it's good tips. Sure to throw a like, share, comment on the video. Let me know what you thought. Correct anything that I got wrong. These are just some things that I've learned. You know, like I said, it's not guaranteed. But if you're young, you got the aspiration to do this, and you do it correctly, and you make the right steps, and you're real throughout all of it, and you communicate what you want to get done. Artist contracts are a thing you can do. It helps everything get done the way that you want done, and make sure that communication is done. And if they're not willing to do it, it's in the contract. It's an idea. But yeah, hope this helped. Much love. Peace out.